Today we're looking at the battery controller. Simple tap timers that go on your outside tap, like this one. Before you do anything to an outside tap, just make sure it's protective for backflow. That's a double check valve inside the house, a double check valve in the tap itself, or it can be fitted to the outlet of the tap, as long as it's somewhere to protect the outside tap from any backflow from the garden or anything else you've got connected to it. All irrigation connections are 3/4 BSP for an outside tap, and that's useful because every accessory that you get, like tap splitters for example, or connections for hoses, are all 3/4. So it's a simple case of just screwing them on and just nipping them up. If you're going to put a battery controller to your outside tap, you may wonder how on earth you're going to be able to fill up your watering can or connect your hose to wash your car. Well, that's simply done by using a tap splitter. These are available in 2 or 3 outlet configurations. These are a solid, reliable part made of solid brass, so they connect onto the tap outlet like so. And now our single outlet has now doubled, and we've got an outlet for our controller, but we've also got a spare outlet for connection to a hose or filling up a watering can. You'll notice there's individual isolation valves, so you can keep the tap on, you can keep this one on for the timer, and you can isolate this one for when you want to use it. Has a rubber seal inside, so there's no additional sealing of any sort. All battery timers also have a 3/4 inlet, which is female, and a 3/4 outlet, so it just replaces the tap. And again, once you line it up, just screw it on tightly. And that will give you a watertight seal down to your controller and then onto your irrigation system. You'll notice as well that all battery timers in the range have also got a filter inside. That's to protect the inside components from any dirt or debris. There are 3 Galcon tap timers that we're going to be looking at. This is the most simple, and you'll notice we fitted it to a tap splitter. This is the dial, or the Galconet dial, and it's very, very simple to set up and operate. You'll notice there are 2 dials on it and a start button. On the left hand side you have duration, and that can go from anything from 2 minutes right up to 9 hours. On the right hand side we have the cycle, or the delay between that duration, and that can go from 3 hours right through to 14 days. Very simple to operate. For example, on the left hand side we set up how long we want the system to operate, how long we want the tap to open effectively. So if we set that to 10 minutes on that side there, on the right hand side we want then to bring it on. Say we want to water every 6 hours, so we'll just turn it to then. That means it will operate now for 10 minutes, and in 6 hours time another 10 minutes and another 6 hours, etc, etc. Once we've done that, we simply press the start button, you'll hear it click, and that will operate then for that 10 minutes duration. As soon as that 10 minutes is up, it will stop, turn itself off, and then wait another 6 hours and then repeat it all over again. The next model in the range is the Galconet digital timer. Now this has some added benefits, but again it's simple to operate, just like the dial controller that we looked at previously. You have a clear digital display that gives you the time of day, the duration, what time you've got it coming on, and also the day's watering. So you can have this set at everyday watering, or every other day, or even once a week. It has up to 4 start times per day, so it's very versatile. It also has added benefits. On the left hand side we have a rain suspend button. The use of this is in periods of heavy rainfall. If you don't want your irrigation system to operate, you don't have to run out and turn the start times off or change the programming in any way. You just press and hold that button and it will suspend the system for a period of time until you want it back on. So for example, if it rains solidly for 3 days, you may come back after the 3 days, press and hold it for 5 seconds, and it will reinstate all those program times. Very, very simple. It's also got a manual override, but it's more than a manual override. You can operate it simply by pressing the button and then coming back and pressing it again. But you'll notice that it operates for the duration that you've got set. So if your timer is set for 5 minutes watering, it will operate for that 5 minutes only, and as soon as that 5 minutes is up, it will turn itself back off and then revert back to the automatic programming. The useful function of that is if you want additional watering, you can come out, press the manual button, then go away, and then it will automatically turn itself back off. The final tap time we're going to look at is the professional. You'll notice it's heavier, it's more robust, and this is for probably harsh environments. It has a swiveling display which keeps the dials and everything out of prying eyes, and also stops people fiddling with it. But you'll also notice that the 9-volt battery compartment has a seal on it, so it's a much better sealed unit. In common with all of the Galcon controllers that we've looked at so far, they just take a simple 9-volt battery, just a single one, and that will last the whole season. Back in like that. Again, we have a 3/4 thread on the top, so that simply screws onto the tap splitter or the tap, whichever you prefer. And you'll notice that once we've done that, that also swivels out of the way, so you can really hide this controller if it's in a vulnerable position. When you want to operate it, you simply scroll or swivel the head unit up. And again, you have up to 4 start times on this unit, and you've got a manual override facility exactly the same as the other one, so it will operate for the duration that you set. If you want to use 2 tap timers, this is simply done by adding a 3-way brass tap splitter and fitting the controllers on either side. That leaves the middle section, the middle outlet, spare for connection for a hose or filling up a watering can. If you're going to use 2 timers, remember to set the start times at different times of the day. That enables you to take full benefit of what available water source there is.